Hi there, welcome back. Let us continue our story session. I hope you are enjoying it as well as learning out of it. So, today's story is just like what I am doing. I am trying. I do not know what you are getting because I do not get any comments. Please do write. Tell me how you are doing. Are you liking it, whatever I am trying? Or just like this story, what I am going to tell you today, that also tells what I am doing. I am just trying with positive outlook that you are getting something, gaining something, and getting benefit out of my efforts. So the story goes like this: there was a farmer, uh, and by misfortune there was a famine in his place. And you know what is a famine? What famine is? Famine is a geographical condition when there is no water, no rains, and everything dries up, and the crops start dying out of shortage of water. So that is actually the lack of or absence of rain that causes famine. And there's another word for this: drought, DROUGHT. So due to this famine and drought, there was nothing was growing up, and all the people were in trouble, and many people had died, and they had given up their profession of farming, agriculture. Agriculture in India mostly it depends upon nature, upon rains. And still there was one farmer who was not ready to give up. He was, you can say, very strong-willed person. He was very positive, and he was a believer. He believed in God, and he always thought that one day everything will change, and these clouds will vanish, and again there will be sunrise, and good days will come. And he kept on tilling his farm using his plow. He kept working hard on the earth, on the ground that had become just as hard as stone. And many people, other farmers, what would they say? Are you mad? They would say, hey, are you gone mad? Have you gone crazy? Are you out of your mind? That there's no use of such thing, because and even this will harm you as well as your animals, the bullocks that he used for tilling and plowing the fields. And also it will break your all these hoe and all these implements that you use. So everything is just like nonsense. Why don't you stop it? But he didn't listen, didn't care, and just in his happy, he always uh, kept murmuring his prayers and humming his tunes and working. There is a word in Hindi, mast mola. He was enjoying, self enjoying and busy. He never gave up. And one day what happened? One day he kept tilling until late night. Even at night, he was so positive minded, optimistic. Hard nut. He was a hard nut in a positive way. So, what happened? At night, Lord Shiva, the head lord of Hindu in Hindu mythology, Lord Shiva were Lord Shiva was passing over with his wife Parvati, and Parvati Devi, goddess Parvati, looked down at the farmer who was working so hard, sweating in the fields, and she nudged Lord Shiva and gestured to that farmer, see, why don't you do something about him? And she was moved by such such labor, such uh, strong willpower. And Lord Shiva said, okay, let us go down. And they changed their form, they became something else, and they appeared in front of that farmer. The farmer was busy and he did not realize they were coming like a normal persons. They were coming. A couple, he saw a husband and wife are coming to him, and he greeted them. Lord Shiva and Parvati, now they were some other people in the guise of some common people. They said the same thing. What are you doing? Why are you doing? Nobody does this these days. Everybody has given up this thing because there's no hope of rain. You know, you are still keeping to it. Why? So now here the reply that the farmer gave to Lord Shiva, who was not in his real form now. He was in some other form, in some other person's guise. So he said, "Friend, why should I stop my work? This is my work. I cannot remain at home. I cannot give up. I cannot leave my habits, because if I stop doing this and my habits will be gone, uh, I will forget everything, my labor, and my body will become weak. Even the bullocks will stop working, they will also become weak. And most importantly, if God has forgotten us, if God has forgotten to fulfill his duty of providing us rain, why should I do the same? I will not forget my duty. And he, by saying just that, he kept on working, he went on his work. Lord Shiva and Parvati looked at each other and they went away. And just then they ordered Lord Indra, the god of rains, and there was big pouring and there was rain. I'm getting goosebumps right now. So because I also believe in God, let's all believe in God, believe in goodness, and keep on working our duty. So that's all. I hope you liked it. Tell me in your comments how you liked it, and anything else, any suggestions. See you again very soon. Bye bye. Take care.